Miawenya javio cho ajatome. Miawenya amamaku makupla hombialao. We are the children of Ajah from Ajatome. And we are the avengers of the living. It was this event that broke the harmonious relationship between Torkor Atorlia and the other people. Before then, their relationship was a beauty for the eye to behold. Unfortunately, things fell apart. But the other people took chance of this and fled from the walls of Ngochie through their mystical machinations and mechanisms. Our people says there is no longer route farther than a village. So upon their arrival at their present settlement, a kingdom was formed. Rules and regulations were established. The spirits of the gods were called to protect. And Torkor Atorlia did the fortification. These rules and regulations were meant to protect the morality and the spirituality of the society.
Miato Torkor banyabe ngolo abado mahia nyati afia gba odolo gba odo meya sabiato akabana boy kedato kedato meya sabiato akabana boy ka ogodo ka ya odo ka odo akabana boy ka ogodo oda ka ya odo ka odo akabana boy ka odolo ka odo meya sabiato akabana boy
Anglo kloche klolo nakachi de kano joma binu anglo godolevi zunome masemenya hejra kataka ebe da zire wotetegbe ga mano galingo ga ichopere wotetegbe anuma no dogbo toje glinao avli Torkor banyabe yenglo to wit he has quelled, hence the name Anglo. These rules and regulations of the Anglo people were no respecter of person or titles. There was justice for all and everywhere. So, Torkor Atorlia was a destination for deviants in society. And it was the fifth landing stage separated from human settlement.
Sammy, the elders know that someone raped me. I think what that was.
let my people know that I have heard them, and I and my elders shall find solutions to such reckless and irresponsible behavior in all quarters of Angloduko. Chami, go get me Mama Teshi.
Tabui, these crimes are not accepted. Yes, they are aliens, and we must not give room to this act to prevail.
Executioners, go get me that Zomelu.
We have to banish them.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Kalame Mathieu,
Jonu Juvio, Kalame Mathieu,
Boyime
Madolo, Jonu Juvio, Kalame Mathieu,
Kalame Mathieu,
Jonu Juvio, Kalame Mathieu, Boyime Madolo, Jonu Juvio, Kalame Mathieu.
Shami, sino ada Togbi Bobo Mavado.
Mama Teshi,
Togbi.
you are welcome to my palace. It's Zomelu again. Another rape case leveled against him. Kindly consult with the gods to find out whether he's guilty or not.
Hojero, Horota, Hoiho. Hojero, Horota, Hoiho. Hojero, Horota, Hoiho. Tagyo, Mama, Maniba. Maya mira vomo. Dogba jiwe maya miro. Mi va kanya manam. Tagi.
Mama Teshi, what are the gods saying?
Somalo Chiakama. Somala is guilty.
No! Not again. Such stickily insolence must not go unpunished. Executioners, I decree that you take Zomelo out of my sight to Torkor Atorlia, and as tradition demands, you phone you correctly.
The traditions of the Anglo people are against murder, rape, theft, evil sorcery, and any other related crimes. But for anyone to be sent to Torkor Atorlia, he and his death is not seen as a punishment, but as an act of spiritual cleansing for the entire community. It was then believed that his death and his spirit needed to be prevented from entering the community when he reincarnated. Torkor Atorlia do not have any title or position on who should come. Even chiefs and elders are subjected. But there is a twist. If you are a chief, it is not widely announced. But then they say, hey, Inuba, to wait, he's gone somewhere. But if you are an ordinary individual, yours is widely announced, and your parents have that consent signed.
just heard, Nyedaza, Nyegboza, announces the execution of the corporate Zomelo. The male drum, Nyedaza, Nyegboza. Meaning, we went by night and came by night. And the female drum responds to that of the male drum. Bawo, Nyegbanya. Meaning, your decision stands. The message of the drums and their role as male and female is a personification of father and mother and their respective customary role in Anglo tradition. After the execution, there is a spiritual cleansing in the form of hand washing performed by the executioners at a well known as Polipovudo, which still exists in Angloga. An article of clothing is hoisted to serve as a deterrent to the Anglo communities. The head of the corporate is left hanging until the evildoer is fed on by the vultures. This place is Torkor Atorlia, Zomelo, Evimasatungwa, Angoka, Rukwatuni. The art of execution is known as Enyifufu Koramaji, which can be likened to the modern day firing squad. Contrary to external judgment of Torkor Atorlia as barbaric, yes, barbaric, the practice was predicated on well-taught principles. To date, Anglo expects every worthy Anglo citizen to know these principles. Some parents reprimand their children by saying, "Were these the old days, you would have been consigned to Torkor Atorlia." Although the presence of Torkor Atorlia doesn't exist anymore, but the Anglo memory of it remained from generation to generation in the poetic performance of Tobis III, the second's valedictory speech, as a reaffirmation of Anglo's principles. Children, forget not the saying, evildoer are the ruin of the nation. Therefore, my children, let every crime be punished. The wayward be corrected. The liar must acknowledge the sovereignty of truth. Death must be discouraged. Theft, adultery, and evil practice of sorcery must not be tolerated in our land of Anglo. Vinyo, Nyegangwebo, Nouveau Wala, or to Balaonya, Big Banyana Miavio, Ayemia Hode Georgina Blibuma. What do you do la, Alabana Agba, Quenya Miato? Of Utomi la Cladwa. A clean your dorovo, Adachiage. No view a clean your dorovo, Adachiage, Jimalapo, Miajo.
A clean your dorovo, Adachiage. Nanya vio, clean your dorovo, Adachiage, Jimalapo. Cleaning when your dorovo, Adachiage. Nanya vio, cleaning when your dorovo, Adachiage, Jimalapo. A cleaning when your dorovo, Adachiage. Nanya vio cleaning with your door for Adachiaga, Jimalapo, Nakubo, cleaning with your door for Nanya vio cleaning with your door for Adachiaga, Jimalapo, Nakubo, cleaning with your door for Nanya vio cleaning with your door for Adachiaga,
Bladu, Akpanami.
All right. The very essence why tradition must be handed down from generation to generation. But please take note that the human head you see on stage is not a real one. It's called makeup and effects. Thank you very much. And all three of you were very attentive. So I think this time around, I'll give all three of you the opportunity to comment on this performance. I'll start with Dr. PJ.
Makafui.
Sir.
You are very bold.
Thank you, sir.
To be able to enact this history. We have learned a lot, and I believe our children will be learning that our people were not evil. Whatever they did had a reason. I wish to say, if we were to deal with this with the galamsey, things would have changed. But whatever it is.
We would have had 1 million human heads.
Your costumes were so good,
Thank you, sir.
depicting the past.
Thank you, sir.
And then symbolism, the symbols that you used. I must say that highly impressed about this performance. A total theater, a total cultural display. Thank you very much.
All right, and that's coming from the theater critic, Dr. Apieji. Janet, what do you say?
Makafui,
Auntie.
Miawe Wodolu, Ejagbanto. I enjoyed your voice and the dance. I was almost dancing with you. Do you remember? I saw you dancing, making some moves as well.
Yeah.
When I look at your crew, I was most impressed by the young talents on stage. They were really authentic, and I love the music, I love the enactment, and what I love most, of course, because we are in modern times, so there's rule of law, but what I like most is the fact that you mentioned that it's about the principles in the Anglo land. If only 80% of Ghanaian families and communities will abide by those principles, we would be a long, long way gone in Ghana. So thank you for bringing that up. And I encourage everybody, if you are not principled already, please be principled. Otherwise, you will go to where? Where is that place? Torkor Atorlia is waiting for you. Well done, Ejagba.
All right. Jubari, I'm adding you to this one. What do you say?
Yeah, I was just going to add my voice and just say, exceptional performance.
Thank you.
Ejagbanto. You had us fully engaged, and for me, just like someone has talked about total theater principles, I think the lessons, a lot of lessons in it, every single area, from the narration, and starting with the custom. And my goodness, Makafui, today you were at your most confident.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Makafui. You can go backstage. Keep Makafui in the competition. Make sure she heads to the grand finale. *713, *13#. You can also use the MG Reality app. And now remember,